Alright, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let's continue on the main story quest line. I have unlocked the Gunbreaker, but as you can see, it's just a mess of stuff over here. Look, I don't even know what all this stuff is. I don't mess with it. So we're going back with Dragoon where we have everything nice and sorted. So, Alfna. Aether on demand. Alfnod has a message from Mariah for the Scions. Here I forgot, I believe Britta has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Alright, let's go to this meeting. Alright, all done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? Sure thing. Let's go. Boom, boom. Try to render a video and record one, and it's not going so well. It's kind of choppy, so I might not do that again. But we can go ahead and finish it off. Come on, voice acting. Give me some voice acting.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Nice. Share it to me. Give it to me.
I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Do tell.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void.
Got it.
Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Right.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Ooh, that's a harsh word right there.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
Well, that could be a problem.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether.
Yes, it would.
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Not this again.
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
Something's wrong with her, yeah. Is she a spy? What's going on here?
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I feel like these crystals are going to run out soon. As much as we use.
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
3 boatloads, oh gosh.
That's the very problem we set out to solve, and I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land. If you mean to tap the great river of Aether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona. Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
That fancy thing, she built that quick.
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
I do, actually.
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end, they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant.
'That fancy thing, she built that quick. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether.
Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
True statement.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you.
Roger that.
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white Eorzea.
Thank you, Eorzea. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Snap, so gonna fight the horde again. So let's go back and talk to Monibria. See what she got going on around here. Oh, we gotta talk to Alphnet. There we go. She got, little buddy. 'Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The 4th have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Lurid will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbred at our headquarters in Odal. I shall take command of the forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Uh-oh. What's this? Why y'all coming all up on me? Your duties take you to Northern Thelan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Velman travels to Yuda, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are best on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of the friends hold positions of power, you see, and it's my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Assylian is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections. but I fear that Oda has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your directions, my lady. It's you, big boy. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way then? Yeah, fist up to you too, buddy. Alright, so now we gotta go to the processing plant, which is in northern Thalia. We'll just do a little teleport. I wonder if we got another unlock for a dungeon. Oh, it's here. Commander Levour sent word that she'll be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Alamajar. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Rubian's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could be marching on us any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Eldenstein that we might coordinate our counter strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Now something isn't right here. Yeah, something isn't right. There we go. I took off my hat because my little helper here was sitting on my shoulder and it looked better. Because he's spying on me, so I'm going to let him spy. Lieutenant Poker, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. Those boxes contain powerful explosive devices. Devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial army. I'll once again ask for your aid. Aether on demand is complete. So we got a good briefing. Got a good briefing. Got a good lead into the next part of the story. There's the main Aether line in the processing plant, it seems. So that's it for today. Ooh, hit the ceiling. So thanks for joining me, and we'll be back tomorrow to continue on the main story quest line. Till then, take care.